Alright, so yesterday we learned how to graph a line in slope-intercept form. So today, on your note sheet here, I got a quick warm-up. There's two problems I want you to try graphing by using slope-intercept form. Remember, identify the y-intercept, plot that, identify the slope, and use the slope to find some more points. So go ahead and press pause, take a minute, and plot those two lines. Alright, so hopefully you identified the y-intercept as the point 0, 8. So I'm going to plot that point right there, 0, 8. And then your slope is negative 5 halves. So remember, your rise is 5 and your run is 2, but you got to make sure that you have a negative slope. So from this point, I'm going to go down 5 and run 2. Now, which way is going to give us a negative? Is that going to give me a negative slope? Yep, so I'm going to do it again. Down 5, right 2. Then take a straight edge and draw your line. So that's what the graph for number 1 looks like. Number 2, what's our y-intercept? Well, remember, slope is the thing that's next to x. So here, the thing that's next to x is negative 4, or negative 4 divided by 1. And our y-intercept, remember, you could write it as 0, 6, or you could just write 6. I'm not going to get that fussy. But 0, 6 is up here. The slope of negative 4. If I go down 4, make sure I got a negative slope that's going that way. What would happen if I went up 4, though? If I went up 4, I'd have to go left 1 to make sure I got a negative slope. So that's where I need you all to be right now, is be able to graph a line, pick off the y-intercept, pick off the slope, and graph the line. But today we're going to make it a little bit funkier. These two, y was by itself. Yesterday and today, so far, y has been by itself. But we learned how to solve for y last semester. But we might be a little rusty at it. So we're going to practice today. Here, number 1. Remember, I always like to draw a line through the equal sign. And we're going to get y by itself. So what needs to go away? Well, the only thing here that needs to go away is the 4. And it's 4 times y, so we're going to divide by 4 on both sides. Now, you got to divide the entire side by 4. So what we're left with here is, the 4's cancel, y equals 16 divided by 4 is 4x minus 8 divided by 4 is 2. We need to get y by itself. So there it is. On number 2, what needs to go away from y here? Well, the only thing that's hanging around y is this 3x. So how are we going to get this guy to move? We would subtract 3x from both sides. So now we're left with y equals negative 7 minus 3x. And look at that, y is by itself, so we're all done. Not too tough, right? We're just adding a little bit of extra work here. Number 3, look at this thing. We got x, y, and the regular thing all on the same side. So rather than moving the 15 and the 10x away from y, which would work, I'm going to move the y first. Let's get this y to this side. How would I move this 5y to this side? Subtract 5y from both sides. So now we're at negative 10x minus 15 equals negative 5y. Now, is y by itself yet? Nope. Still got to get rid of this negative 5. So how am I going to get rid of this negative 5? It's negative 5 times y. So I'm going to divide by negative 5 on both sides. So now remember, we divide everything by negative 5. Negative 10 divided by negative 5 is positive 2x. What's negative 15 divided by negative 5? Positive 3 equals y. There it is. Y is by itself, so that's our answer. Y is equal to 2x plus 3. Number 4, what needs to go away? We got negative 3 times y, so we divide by negative 3 on both sides. So 3 divided by negative 3 is negative 1x. Negative 9 divided by negative 3 is positive 3 equals y. And that's our answer. Alright, so there's a little bit of practice of how to solve for y. So what we're going to do now is, if we solve for y, the equation mathematically becomes slope-intercept form. And then we do like what we did in the warm-up. Once y is by itself, this makes it a lot easier to identify the slope and y-intercept. So, on number 5, y is not by itself. We need to get it by itself. So we're going to divide by 5 on both sides. So we're left with y equals 15 divided by 5 is 3 minus, now, is 3 divided by 5 a nice answer? No, but we're just going to leave it as a fraction, negative 3/5 x. So, y is by itself. What is the y-intercept? Sometimes it's easier to ask, what is the slope first? Because remember, slope is always attached to x. It's always being multiplied to x. So the slope is negative 3/5. So what is the y-intercept? Y-intercept is 0, 3. Alright, so then we're going to plot these points. Got the point 0, 3. The slope of negative 3/5, which means, what happens if I go up 3? 1, 2, 3. I rise 3. Can I go right 5? Is that the type of slope I want? Nah, see, that's positive. That would be a positive slope. So no, instead, what we would want to do is go up 3, but go left 5. Right? Or here, if I went down 3, right 5. Remember, just take a minute, look at your line. Is it a negative slope? And if it is, keep going. If not, fix it. So there's our line. Alright, let's do number 6. 6 has a little bit, we gotta work a little hard to get y by itself. What needs to go away first? Now remember, whenever you're solving, you get rid of addition and subtraction first. So we're not going to get rid of this 12 in front of the y. We got to get rid of the 12x. So we're going to subtract 12x from both sides. So now we're at 12y equals 24 minus 12x. What needs to happen next? I'm going to divide by 12 on both sides. Divide by 12 on both sides. So now I have y equals 24 divided by 12 is 2 minus 12 divided by 12 is 1, so it's just minus x. Or it could be minus 1x. Alright? So, what is m? What is our slope? Slope is in front of x, so it is negative 1. And what is b? b is the point 0, 2. So, plot the point 0, 2. And our slope is negative 1. Now remember, this is negative 1 over 1. We want our rise over run. So, if I go up 1, can I go right 1? No, we gotta go left. Gotta make sure we have a negative slope. Our line is going down. Down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1. Make a bunch of points and draw your line. Alright, oops. Number 8. What do we got to do to get y by itself in number 8? Got to add 15x to both sides. We're left with negative 20y equals 100 plus 15x. Now we got to get y by itself still, so we got to divide by negative 20. And we get y equals, what's 100 divided by negative 20? Go on, get your calculator out. Put in your calculator. It would be negative 5. Plus, what's 15/20ths reduced to? 15/20ths, well, it's going to be negative, right? Negative. And then 15/20ths reduces to, each got 5s, 3/4 x, right? I would accept that, or I would accept y is equal to negative 5 minus 3/4 x. I like the second one better, but I would accept this too. So what's our y-intercept? Or no, sorry, let's go back to slope. What's our slope? Negative 3/4. And what's our y-intercept? 0, negative 5. So plot those points. Negative 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All these negative slopes. Man, oh man. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lots of negative slopes. I didn't really mean for that to happen, but that's how it worked out. Alright, so guys, solve for y, get y by itself, and then we graph just like we did yesterday. So tell you what, try 7, 8, 9, or 7, 9, 10. Apparently I numbered it wrong. Oh, I got them backwards here. Try 7, 9, and 10 yourselves. So go ahead and press pause, and then we'll check back in just a moment. Alright, so number 7. Hopefully y'all divided by 2 on both sides. So you got y equals 4x plus 5 halves. Oh, that one was tough. So slope is 4. O for 1. B is 0, 5 halves. I shouldn't have let you loose on that one first. So here's what's up. You plot the point 0, 5 halves. 5 halves, same thing as 2.5. So you go to 2.5 right there. Now our slope is 4. So what if I want to up 4? Now up 4 goes since this is halfway between 2 and 3. Just each time you're going to go halfway between the two numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then over 1. So you're going to be halfway between stuff. What if I went down? 1, 2, 3, 4, and go left 1. Make sure you have a positive slope. And then you draw your line. Alright. That one was tough, I ain't gonna lie. So if you didn't pause for this, go ahead and try 9 and 10 yourselves. Go ahead and press pause and then do that. Otherwise, here we go. Number 9, you subtract 11x from both sides. And you should have been left with negative 22y equals 44 minus 11x. Then hopefully you divided by negative 22. So you get y equals negative 40, or excuse me, positive 44 divided by negative 22 is negative 2. Negative 11 divided by negative 22. Negative divided by negative is positive. 11/22 is 1/2. 1/2 x. So that means our slope is 1/2, and our y-intercept is 0, negative 2. So plot that point. 0, negative 2. The slope of 1/2, which means if I went up 1, should I go left 2? Nah, that gives me a negative slope. Up 1, right 2, up 1. Ooh, that's a bad point. Right 2, up 1, right 2. Ah, I missed. Looking like that bad boy right there. And then number 10, 10 wasn't that bad.